everybody, and welcome to the September Heart Call. And we're going to begin this morning, if Isaac is ready, with our latest musical creation from Mother Mary. He'll set the tone. So bow your head, close your eyes, and open and receive. And we're not hearing anything, Isaac. Share a sound.
Of dawn's first light, I hear a voice, gentle and bright. Greetings, I am Mary. I am there. Whispers of love fill the air. Universal mother, mother of one, mother of all. The journey's begun. Welcome, my angels of change so true. In golden radiance, I embrace you. Step forth in the fullness of your sacred grace. Strongest of the strong, in love's embrace. Gentle shepherds of the change to come. Under the vast celestial dome. Shine brightly in the love we share. In colors of blue, emerald, silver, and air. Not in the shadow of what you wish to be, but in the truth of your soul, pure and free. Leadership of heart, not of control. Shepherding with love as the ultimate goal. In every fiber of your being, know my trust. In love's eternal, transformative gust. No place for rulers with egos so bold, but for hearts that care and dare to hold the gift of free will, your path to choose. In love's mighty power, you'll never lose. Step forth in the fullness of your sacred grace. Strongest of the strong, in love's embrace. Gentle shepherds of the change to come. Under the vast celestial dome. Now go and play, prepare for the feast of dreams fulfilled. From the greatest to the least. Remember, my love is forever found. In every heart where my grace abounds. Now go and play, prepare for the feast of dreams fulfilled. From the greatest to the least. Remember, my love is forever found. In every heart where my grace abounds.
Okay. Let's get started. All week, I've been talking, obviously, to my friends, the Council of Love. And I was planning for today to really talk and focus and meditate and channel about divine neutrality. Because that topic, that state of being, is certainly front and center for all of us right now. And we're going to do a little meditation in a minute on that. But when I got up this morning, our dear friend, Archangel Gabrielle, reminded me that tomorrow is the feast of the Immaculate Conception. Now, I'm one of those people that says I'm culturally Catholic, which really means I love Christmas. So I don't exactly follow feast days of any tradition. And yet, as she was talking about this and pairing it to divine neutrality, the themes kept emerging, and that's what I really want to share. That's why we chose this song for this morning, because it's all about the gentle shepherd. And you know, when we're in our divine neutrality, we can be that gentle shepherd. It's not about angst or knowing you're right or knowing you're wrong. It's just about picking up that pure lamb and walking forward. So what I was reminded of, and the thing that they wanted us to focus on today, was the blessing and virtue of purity. So I went to my trusty computer and pulled out that blessing and virtue of purity. Because sometimes we have so many gifts from the council and so many different pieces of information. And sometimes we forget about some of them. And I think purity is one of those virtues, which is a blessing to everybody we give, is one that sort of gets sidelined. So I want to read it to you. Purity. The twin of clarity, which surprised me because I'd forgotten that, and the sister of chastity, not in the sexual sense, but in the sense of the ability to remain pure in all aspects of self, to remain centered when there is chaos, temptation, or lack of harmony around you, to see, feel, and know clearly what exists, what is illusion, and what is necessary for survival in all senses of that word. It is the color of pearlescent white, the color of infants before they ground in their body. It is what you should all strive for, and it is what you all miss. And as Gabrielle was talking to me, she was reminding me about the linkages of what we're doing. The purity, that state of being, of course, is fabulous. But we also know that we're in a time of action. And when you can marry purity, which from my perspective is really when we're in our divine neutrality, and you marry that with action, with really stepping forward as the gentle shepherd, then miracles happen and they unfold. So that's the backdrop of what we're talking about today. And even before we get to our meditation, first of all, I want to say it's great to see all of you, and some faces I haven't seen in a while, so I'm glad to see you're back. A couple of things that are coming up on the Council of Love agenda on the 22nd, which is an exception to the rule because it's a Sunday, but it's also autumn equinox. And we're having the normal, if it can ever be called that, the normal Council of Love autumn equinox webinar. And the mother has come and said that she really wants to talk about her reset. And that information has been flooding in, and it's far bigger and far more complex and actually really simple, right? that's what she's going to talk about. And this chain of events that we're sometimes conscious of and sometimes forget, but that is already underway. So that's on the 22nd. And then on the 28th, we have another webinar called The Other Side of Change. And that's part 2 of a 4-part series being conducted by the Council of Love Teachers, Martin, who's here today, Martin Bedonier, Sue Schofield, and Rob Loveland. And it's a 90-minute presentation, and it's infused with meditation and channeling and some juicy discussion, because how we go forward is front and center for all of us, especially when there is so much chaos unfolding. And we do it together. We are each other's support system. And we remind each other of what the real unfoldment is about and what the real priorities are. So those 2 things that are really coming up. The other thing I wanted to mention, and Isaac sort of zinged me a few minutes before we got started, is that on Wednesday evening, hosted with huge contributions from all of you, and particularly Marga, Lindsay Harrison hosts the peace meditation. So the Wednesday night at 9:00 that we've been doing forever. And it doesn't matter where, 9:00. And if you can't make it at 9:00, wherever you are, you just jump time and join in. And the reason I'm mentioning this is, of course, the infamous date of 9/11. So I can't think of a better day for all of us to come together heart to heart to heart and really anchor global peace. You know, the paradigms of the Mother's Reset, of this unfoldment of the divine plan, of course, involves each of us and Gaia Guyana. But there can't even be peace in our galaxy. There can't be peace in this universe. Onward to the multiverse, to the omniverse. If this planet, this little bitty blue marble, is still hosting all this aberrant, violent, cruel, abusive behavior. And we all know this is not what we want. This is not what we signed up for. And so when we come together in these conscious undertakings of a peace meditation together, the ripple effect is far more than any of us can possibly imagine. So with that, what we're going to do is to go into our meditation, and I want you to stay calm because this is a biggie. So close your eyes and be that blue marble dropping down into your heart. And that beautiful cushion of emerald and pink into your pink diamond flame, surrounded by the mother's blue diamond and surrounded by the father's gold diamond. And just breathe. It seems so simple. And so often we're told to just breathe. And what it does is it connects us to our own rhythm and our own heart, but also Gaia's as well. And of course, the 13th octave, the heart of one. So bring those shoulders down, relax your jaw, feel your hips sinking into your bed or the floor or your chair, wherever you're sitting. And just be here. And let's begin by taking a couple of those deep breaths of that pearlescent white, that shimmery, milky, beautiful pearl white. It doesn't blast you, but it's radiance. It's the gift from the mother. It's the gift from Lao Tzu. It's the gift that we all received when we entered into the 13th octave of that basic, profound, deep purity. Now stay in your heart, anchored there, and referring to your brilliant mental, emotional bodies, your head, your beautiful brain. I want you to think and feel, staying in the calm, about what upsets you most right now on a global level. Is it the US elections? Is it the horror of what's going on in Sudan? All those children starving? Is it the violence and upheaval, the breaking out of polio in Gaza? Go to the thing that bugs you the most. And I want you to feel it in your head and in your heart. And I want you to feel that jagged energy. We're not immune, but we are transformers. So feel it. Don't grab it, just feel it. And how it makes you feel jittery and jagged and pissed off. Now, let's bring that beautiful pearlescent white to this situation, to this behavior, to this issue. From the individual to the macro to the global. And let's just coat that issue as if we're putting it in containment. Let's just coat it in that beautiful pearly white. Go ahead and breathe. And feel yourself still in your heart, calming down, gaining that higher perspective. And see as if that issue is totally encrusted, contained within that beautiful pearl. Now with our X-ray vision, I want you to look inside that pearl and just see, observe if that issue is still there, or if it has the same energy. And I want you to take this pearl, shrink it down, and put it in the palm of your hand. Feel the weight of it, or the airiness. And with me, let's go down to the ocean, to the Mother's infinite ocean of time. A place that creation and wonders emerge from. And let's swim way out. Sail, surf, jump on a dolphin. And we release it to the Mother's infinite ocean of creation, where the cleansing, the morphing, the transformation will be completed. So we don't need to carry that jagged energy anymore. So go to the Mariana Trench, go to Bali, go wherever you want, and just give it over. And feel the sense of release, not only in your beautiful sacred self, but in that energy that's been cleansed and released. It can go back to source and be recreated in the purity of all. And now I'll step aside. Greetings, I am Gabrielle. I am Gabriel, I am Gabrielle, I am Lily of Love and Trumpet of Truth and Spokes Being for this council of love, this council of one, this council of all. And welcome, welcome, sweet angels of change, creators of the new, anchors of the new. And I could even say creators of the old and destroyers of the old. This word destruction is far too often avoided because it is seen as something cruel or unjust, violent, aberrant. Not necessarily. Beloved ones, all of you. And yes, I do remind you this day and every day of purity, because it is the starting and the finishing point. So often, purity is seen as something that belongs elsewhere, perhaps to an innocent child or someone who sits in the corner and does not participate in life, in all creation. Because as you know, as you had ventured forth, as the mother's angels, agents of change, you get stuck. You experience the melee, the conflict, the aberrations. Name it what you want. And sometimes you say, I am not myself. Oh, I have been attacked. And then you say, I don't have anything on me, in a superior way. Purity is none of that. In its most simple form, in everything you do, from feeding the dog to changing the world, purity is the gift. It is the offering of your essence. We have given this to you long ago, and we have given it to thee again and again and again. But what are we really doing when we do this? Well, I will tell you. We are reminding you. We are bringing to the forefront the truth and the essence of who you are. We are reminding you, and yes, expanding you, monumentally expanding you into the purity and truth and essence of who you are. This is not something you need to diligently work on or acquire or even receive, for that matter. It is part of your DNA, your physical, mental, spiritual, hereditary DNA. And the reason I bring this to your attention, beloved ones, this day and every day, is because you forget. That is no misstep. You all forget things from time to time. Sometimes because you cannot bear to look at it, and sometimes simply because it does not garner your attention. But it is the essence. When I say that I have the deep, profound honor to be the spokesbeing for this council, which I do not speak in this capacity very often, I am doing so, yes, to activate. The mother speaks of her reset, that the button most certainly has already been pushed. It is not a matter of working and working and working and toiling and wondering, pondering, if you are ever going to get out from under, if this world, this galaxy is ever going to get out from under. You are leaving that behind. You are shedding that skin. You are breaking out of that cocoon. And you are into the light of a brand new day. You are in the return to love. And beloveds, you are the return to love. I know for many, I am not your favorite archangel. For perhaps you prefer the shield and sword of my dear brother Michael, or the gentle silver flame of Uriel. I am the unspoken and outspoken one. But sweet angels, so are you. And no, I do not ask you. We would never ask you to get on a soapbox, to point out to others their misconceptions. No, because that puts up all the protective shields. What you do is exactly what we do. You embrace the person. You embrace the issue. And yes, you coat it with pearlescent white, the milky, pinky white, the radiant blue, the deepest magenta. It matters not. And you say, I see you. I see you. And I see the purity of your heart. And I see that you also want to find that third rail, that new alternative route that does not lead through the valley of death and desperation. And you say, let's talk, or let's sit. Let us share our hearts. Because that, sweet angels, is where the transformation takes place. It can never take place in shame or ridicule, criticizing. Long ago, and I remind you of this and her earlier this week, there are many stories and mythologies about Lucifer, who has long been brought home because the mother missed him. She loved him, and she missed him. Did he misstep? Monumentally. And she sent Michael, and of course, where he goes, I go, to bring our brother Lucifer back, and all the fallen angels, of which there are many right here, to bring him home, that he would be refilled with the purity and love. Now, do you think that when Michael went for that engagement, or when he came home, that we sat there and reviewed his list of misdeeds, how he was wrong, where he went wrong? He was embraced. He was enfolded. Like every being who has ever gone awry. And what do we mean when we say gone awry? We mean any and all being who, whether it is for 1 second or a million years, forgot that they are love, that they are the purity, and they are of the one. And any feeling or belief of separation is simply illusion, not to be fought over, but to quietly, joyfully, kindly, compassionately brought back into the fold. You do not create this Nova Earth by looking back and counting the grievances. It does not work. That is not how creation works. Beloveds, you do it by embracing your intention, your plea, your dream, your hope. And then in the purity of that intention, and yes, stepping into the void, stepping into the still point, and taking action. And the action is not negative behavior, attitudes, thoughts. It is the divine neutrality to see what truly is. When I look at you, which I love to do, I see that you are me. I am you. So take this veil, this wedding veil of purity, do not let it cover or distort your eyes. Because as you are the way shower, as you are the gentle shepherd, you need to see clearly, far beyond the horizon. This is not something you have to learn. It is something you know, and you always have. So come with us. Come and live with us. Play with us. Create with us and each other upon this Nova Earth. Upon my sister Gianna. And do not leave us forgotten and unemployed, for we want to play with you. We want to be with you in this time of miraculous, yes, miraculous becoming. You are so cherished and so loved. Let us do this together. Go with all of our love, all of our peace, and of course, all of my bubbles of golden joy. Farewell. We're there. Maybe we fell asleep on the train when it took that third rail, but we're there. Thank God. So keep going. And I hope to see you at the equinox, or on the other side of change, or next month, or yesterday. I love you guys.